Hey everybody, this is Maisha Edmond, licensed cosmetologist in the state of New York. I am also a World Trichology Society certified trichologist. I am the founder and owner of Trichology 911 Trichological Systems for actually teaching trichologists different systems that I use in my business that makes it successful. And I have a very, very special guest today. I have Miss Pearl Bailey here, and she has been a trichologist for over 20 years. She's, just absolutely amazing, has her own product line, and she just has really just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to treating and really taking care of the scalp and the hair and really the science behind it. We won't get too deep into the science, but I really want you to know that that you are really in for a treat. And so without further ado, I'm going to ask her to introduce herself briefly, and then we're going to get right into it. How are you tonight?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for having me. It is just awesome to be a part of what you're doing. Studying with you, growing with you, it's just exciting. One of the things that I know far as myself, I am Pearl Bailey Anderson, trichologist. I studied under two professors. I call them professors because that's what it was like. It was like going to college, and it took a long time for me to get to where I am. It wasn't easy. I've been studying since 1994. And so becoming a trichologist isn't something you're going to do overnight. I have a business, La Pearl's Beauty Emporium, as well as the clinic, the scalp and hair clinic. So our scalp and hair clinic, we have and do treatments just as well as Miss Misha. Did I say that right?
Misha, it's fine.
And we are just so excited about serving the community, serving our clients, and even serving people that really, and educating people that don't even know what's going on with their hair and scalp. So I am just really, really excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Listen, I'm really excited because even like you said, studying together and really exchanging ideas when we do, you always bring out some of the most profound things, but they are simple at the same time, just the different things that cause hair loss and why you should take such care to really look at the ingredients that are in your products. Yes. Because, it's more than a bottle. It's more than a fancy name. And like you said, you don't become a trichologist overnight.
No.
Even when you know a lot, there's still more.
There's still more.
Yeah, it's like you're always, hey Letitia, you're always growing. Yes. You're always trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. And one of the things that I really appreciate is that even though you have your own hair and scalp line, is that you understand that just about how people try to pin one product on, like, oh, well, I can only use this and I can only use that.
Right.
And it's like, you have to use what works. And one thing I want to say about your product line is that it absolutely works. I am so excited. I have been talking about this to barbers. I have been talking about this to my husband. I have been talking about this to just males. And the reason why I have been talking to males about it is because just recently I was studying through our conversation, studying up again about alopecia areata, which is the patchy hair loss. And it's not just for the scalp.
It's for the beard.
Right.
Yes.
So men can have alopecia areata in the beard. So when you see a beard that is patchy, that does not connect, that may have a lot of buildup, or it looks like acne, you really have to look at how they're going to take care of it, and what are some of the remedies that they have. And I appreciate your line because it is something that we can get and that really works. Can you tell me the inspiration behind starting your own hair and scalp line?
One of the things I've always noticed with my clients, I had a lot of clients that had scalp issues. I had a lot of clients that had flaky, oozy, sores, redness, edema. I mean, their scalps was just inflamed, but we were using the wrong products. So one of the things I found, yes, I found out that every product you can't use on those conditions because it's not going to cure it. Nothing's going to cure it. If it was curing it, then I would be a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire. If any product that I developed could cure it, there is nothing that could cure it. What we do is keep it under control. And by doing that, we want the client to come in on a weekly basis, no less than biweekly. And when you go to the dermatologist and they give you treatments and shampoos and topical products that they want you to use, they want you to use them daily. Shampoos, they want you to use them daily. The thing about that is it's not great for the hair. It's awesome for the scalp, but it's not great for the hair. So for me to come up with this line was because of all of those dynamics that dealt with what was going on with my clients, what they were saying when they came in, bringing their products from the doctors, as well as how I was using and what products that was available. There were products available, like different companies had products, and they all said dandruff. Most of the time, they said dandruff until one company came out and said scalp. So it talked about the things that the scalp addressed, but at the same time, it still had parabens in it.
Wow.
So with that going on, a lot of times clients want to get away from parabens, carcinogenesis, anything that's going to be toxin to the scalp that can cause continuous itching, irritation, or cancer. When they start reading about their products, they go, the knowledge is out there, so they go looking for it. And because of that, I wanted to come up with a product that can be used on everyone. The only thing about our product line, the mask cannot be used on children. So a lot of times people think that children can use the same type of treatments, just like children can't have infrared or laser therapy, things of that nature. You would have to ask the doctor, or you need to know for yourself the age that the child can receive these services. So this is why the product came out. I am very proud of it. I used it every week on my clients. I see so many different responses from my clients of why they like that product and what it's doing for their hair and scalp. Even clients that didn't come in for the service, they may have came in, yes, they came in for something different, and I found that they had problems with their scalp. I addressed it talking to them, not just giving them the service. I addressed it by letting them know what I see and who I am. I'm a certified trichologist.
Come on.
So I let them know. Then they ask, what is a trichologist? So then it becomes a conversation. I have pictures, and I happen to have pictures on my DAR, and it just shows you different scalp issues. It shows you different hair loss issues. And the reason why we have those photos there is so that people will feel more comfortable knowing that they're not in a place that someone doesn't know anything about it, or that if they're too embarrassed to either take the hat, wigs off, scarves off, or expose their hair, that they can look on those photos and say, well, I think my hair looks like that. So then it takes time for me to help them get comfortable with me. So I have to teach them how to trust me. And so with them being able to trust me, I can't bombard them with everything or what they need, everything they need, but I can inform them about what it is that they need and what we can do to help them.
Well, you know what I really appreciate is the part that you shared about starting to look at the products and read the ingredients, and you find that a lot of these carcinogens and toxins are causing cancer. And so, what really impressed me about your line. Not only that, a trichologist should use it, hairstylists should have it in their repertoire in their
Mhm.
salons, um,
Yes.
but the everyday client, based on a consultation, will know which parts of the product line to have in their repertoire that would
Yes.
help them. But one thing that I learned, and surprisingly, I heard it before, but I really learned in depth this year, is that about 33% of the products in the local beauty supply store that are sold to African American women are cancer causing, down
Okay.
to color, down to color.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so when you look at that, and you speak to people that say, well, I just picked up a shampoo. Shampoo is just shampoo. Or
Okay.
I just picked up a conditioner. It is great to know that you are enforcing and reinforcing that
Yes.
all products are not created equal,
No,
that
it's not.
everything is not for everyone. And we can be
Hmm.
in the same house and be experiencing hair loss, and
Hmm.
understand that what works for me still won't work for you, although
Right.
we're both losing hair.
Yes. Yes. And a lot of that, what you're saying, knowing that people are going to the stores to buy these products when they come to us, a lot of stylists or trichologists actually tell the client to bring their products in. So I personally let my clients know, what are you using, even down to the comb and brush that they're using. Because if I find that that client hair has a lot of shedding and a lot of it's brittle and breaking, then I'm going to want to know not only what they're using, but what type of tools they're using for their hair. So when we do this, it's not just about servicing the client, but also going deeper and letting the client know that we care, we're concerned, but not again bombarding them with products because they have a arsenal of products at home. And with that arsenal, you already know when before we came into the business, we did the same thing because
Right.
we were searching. And people kept saying, this is going to work, this is going to work, even down to relaxers. But when you said color, I like that because we also use an organic, certified organic color called All Nutrients. It goes along with our product. I didn't develop it. It's an awesome color, but it's organic. So when you talk about people getting away from the things that can cause problems, all nutrients helps them. The lines that we search for, so because they're not falling in our door, we really have to search for these products
Yeah,
and services.
it's true. And you know what? That's really a big thing, is that everyone is changing their lives. Even
Yes,
on the heels of this pandemic, people are really coming face to face with how they're eating, what they're eating. They're coming face to face with how they are exercising or not. And so many people have been
yes,
really going green, right?
yeah, yeah,
So they're buying green homes, and they want to drive green cars. They
yes,
want to plug up their car. They don't want to put gas in their car. They want to
yes,
have a house that is built with green products. And so perfect segue to go into your product, which is called Everything
everything
Green.
green.
I'm talking about everything green, baby, down to the bottle. Everything is green. And when you look at the products, I mean, what's encouraging? The first thing you see in a shampoo, it says water. I'm like, blown away, because you go to the stores and you pick up stuff because the product has an avocado on it, or the product has a jojoba, has jojoba oil dripping
Yes,
down,
yes,
or it
yes,
has
yes.
a broken coconut with coconut milk dripping
Right,
down,
right,
and you
right.
automatically think this must work. this
Yes.
this is going to be amazing, but you never turn to look at the product. So three of the products I want to highlight. Now, first of all, if you are a stylist, if you are a trichologist, I do need to let you know that you're going to have to get the entire line. I'm talking about She has moisture. She has anti-itch. She even has a spray that is pH balanced. I mean, it pH balance and it's leave-in. So it's
Yes.
absolutely
Yes.
amazing. She has scalp masks that are absolutely amazing. And I just want to give her space to speak about them. But the first thing we're going to introduce, which I'm really excited about, and it feels amazing, is the itch relief cleanser. Can we talk about this itch relief? I mean, can we get into this itch relief and how, oh my goodness, I was using it and it was like an awakening. It is absolutely amazing. And I'm saying, wow, you know how, and I want to segue it into like men with beards because
Hmm.
if they're itching, and you can use, sometimes they shampoo in the shower or whatever, and they like washing their beard. This shampoo is the truth. Can you tell us about this itch relief cleanser, please?
Well, our itch relief came about because we had so many clients that had seborrheic dermatitis, psoriasis, and clients that just had a lot of itching. The thing about the itch relief, I recommend people use the product with gloves because it tingles and it stimulates. So the tingling is stimulating. So it stimulates your hands. Now, I've used other products. They never did anything for my hand. I mean, it never made me feel okay. I need to put gloves on because I want to feel this all day long if I'm using this product all day long. So I had to put gloves on, but the client was like, oh my gosh, that feels so good. And I'm new at this. I've been wanting to have a product actually since I started the business because you can do that much in this industry. And that's what I learned early on in the 80s. You could do anything in this industry and the product line, not just trying to duplicate what someone else has. I'm not trying to make any other product. I'm not interested in any other product. I'm only interested in taking care of people's scalp that have issues, that have the seborrheic dermatitis, that may have psoriasis and have it severely and don't even know it. The other thing is the itch away is very good for clients that are wearing braids and weaves.
Wow, that's good. Okay, tell us about that.
So when you have a client that's wearing braids or weave, commercial hair, any type of commercial hair is attached to the hair. It could be lace or whatever it is. A lot of people are not shampooing the hair before they put these things in their head.
That's right.
They don't realize when we back in the 80s, 90s, we never put a commercial hair in anyone's hair without shampooing it. Now I hear things that you shouldn't shampoo because it's going to mess up the texture or something. I'm like, if it mess up the texture, you should send it back.
Right.
So why not shampoo it and know what it's going to do before you put it in your client's hair? Know how it's going to lay, know what shampoo to even use because sometimes some of these products can't use the same shampoo. So what I do with this shampoo, I actually take and put it in a transfer it into a nozzle bottle that similar, sorry, like this. And then I put it in the parts. So by putting it in the parts, I'm getting it directly into the client's scalp. Then I'm massaging it into the scalp on top of the track, whether it's on the track or whether it's on the lace. So a lot of times now people are covering the whole head with the mesh. So you have to actually really get that product in because when you take the client's hair down, what you see
And what
is
you
amazing.
smell.
Is and this is why you didn't want to talk about, but our pre-treatment is actually
Yes.
for those problems for what you may smell. And then if people are using their misters now, you have misters to have the blue light and the red light. We talked about that earlier this week.
Right.
People need to know that that blue light is awesome and ionic. On your blue light, you turn that on before you shampoo the client. You can wet their hair down, dampen the hair. You put that on the product on their hair. You put them under the steamer. You turn the blue light, the ionic, you're taking out the bacteria
Yes.
from the hair. You're taking out the odor from that hair by using
Yes.
that. Not only is that it could be an add-on service, it's a part of that treatment, but it may be something you never ever thought about. So I'm just letting you know there are so many things that you could do with this product. The line covers those areas. So with the Itch Away, when you're shampooing it, you're using a nozzle. You just have to transfer it from this nozzle to that other nozzle.
Right.
And by
Right.
doing that, we've even considering just putting all those nozzles on. So I'm still talking to my chemist about all of that because packaging is so important. But what I wanted was packaging that was easy for us.
Right.
Sometimes these packages are not easy for us because it's cheaper to sell it this way than the other way. Packages may cost more because of one thing or another. Green, I mean, it's just so many things dealing with the packaging of a product that you have to really know what you want to do. The other thing about our line that besides our Itch Away, you put it in the beards.
Yeah, please talk
Whether the
about that.
whether the beard is patchy, you don't know. I see men with a brush, and
Yes.
I'm curious. Why are they brushing their beard so hard? Well, they're brushing it because it's irritated. So if you have a man, a fellow, a child, someone that has a beard, and they're doing that, you need to get them checked because you don't know. They may have some kind of creepy, crawly, crusty inflammation going on in their beard, and they have
Right.
no clue.
And they have no clue. That's right. And so
Yes.
a segue from that is the two masks that you have. So you
Yes.
start with this shampoo, but then
Yes.
you have the mask. You talk about seborrheic dermatitis and eczema and psoriasis, and
Yes.
a lot of people don't realize that men can have those issues in their beards.
Yes.
And so when it's in their beards, it's like, what do you do? And it's always a running joke. Oh, his beard doesn't connect. Oh, it's patchy, or
Yes.
all these different things, or you get that crusty looking, or
Yes.
maybe the clippers, they're doing their shape ups and stuff at home themselves. Maybe they didn't sanitize
Right.
as good as they could have, and now there's bacteria and fungus and different things like
Yes.
that. So you have two scalp masks, which I absolutely love. One has I want to say one is scalp mask one, and that's tar, and scalp mask two, and that's sulfur. Tell us about the tar one first, what it does
You
and how
love
it
that.
helps.
The tar is actually for clients that have seborrheic dermatitis as well as the psoriasis. You would use tar on that client. It would be a bit strong for someone that doesn't have that. So a lot of people just want to grab what's strong. It's not to use something that's strong. It is to use it in the proper product for the proper service. The other thing about this treatment, you wet the hair first. Then you apply the tar, and you do that before the shampoo because the tar, the masses are not water soluble. So because they're not water soluble, you have to shampoo them out. They're not going to water's just not going to take them out. So you have to shampoo them out. So that's why we use it first. And then with men, if it's a beard, you will put a warm towel, plastic cap on their beard and let them walk around for a while. Now,
Wait,
sometimes,
wait, I have to jump in here because you are giving like so many nuggets.
oh, I'm sorry.
If you are a trichologist or a stylist, if you are a barber and you're trying to figure out coming out of this pandemic, what am I going to use to start to treat my male clients
Yes.
with their beards, and beards being a really big thing. I see more men with beards
Yes.
than not, right? If you are at home and it's not necessarily that you are a professional, I'm telling you, she just gave, first of all, the professional, she gave you a whole treatment regimen right there
Yeah.
that literally you can charge for, and you're not charging for it and it's a gimmick. It really works. She's saying
Yes.
wet down the beard. So if you have one of those facial steamers, you can wet down the beard,
Yes.
and then you're going to put the scalp mask on. You put it on, and then you can either like leave it in the steam and let it sit, or cover it with the plastic cap and let it
Hmm.
sit on the beard. And then you're going to take that itch away shampoo and shampoo it out.
Shampoo it out.
And it's literally a beard facial for men that absolutely works. It's a beard facial that
Yeah.
helps hair loss and patchiness and bacteria in the beard. And this is the stronger of the two. This is the one for seborrheic dermatitis. This
Yes.
is absolutely amazing. I'm sorry I had to jump in because that was so good. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, it's the scalp mask too. It's used for itchy scalp, someone that has flaking, desquamating scalp, and itching. So a lot of times people don't realize that every dandruff isn't dandruff. So they think that seborrhea dermatitis is dandruff, psoriasis is dandruff. No, dandruff is pityriasis simplex. And so if you having dandruff in your hair or your beard, so it doesn't always have to flake. But one thing that I have to say to you, I did a consultation the day of service this year at um, a barber shop. So we were at a barber shop doing the day of service. And so we, as a group of stylists and barbers, come together and do hair for free every Martin Luther King Day. So this particular time, we had a salon full of barbers because normally we do it in our salon. Because their salon is so big, we had so many people, we decided to move it. Well, the barbers, well, what I did, I gave away free scope exams. So I was scoping, and so the barbers wanted to check themselves out. The first client was a teacher, a barber teacher. He had a nice beard, and it was black. Well, he's probably middle my age or a little younger. So it's gray. So he's coloring that beard. Well, when we looked at that beard, this man almost cried. And the reason for it, what he saw was going on under his skin. He was so scared and so nervous. The men were coming around because of the noise he was making, because he was like, oh my gosh, that's in my beard.
What
Oh
was
my
it? What
gosh.
was it? What was it?
Well, it was how it was being infected because he never rinsed the color out. What they do, they call themselves shampooing, but they never took the color out. So when we do our class next Wednesday, I will have those photos so people can actually see what goes on in the beard. Because most of these guys, it was beard and hair and what their hair looked like. And now they come and get this product because they know they didn't know. They know now they didn't know. So, because of all of these things that people are going, we're not addressing every single issue when it comes to men. And the reason why I know about this, years ago when I used to do an art show, we would do the hair and scalp exam at an art show, October Galleries art show here in Philadelphia. Took place every year. The owners adopted me. So every year they allowed me to come to the show and offer my services to their clients that are walking around, the patrons that are walking around. So a man came and sat down, and I showed him his beard. Now his beard, I didn't have the product. His beard was worse than the other guy. He had an infection in his beard, and he didn't know why his was constantly scratching, but he never took it down. He never
Hmm.
cut it all the way down. So he literally either had to cut it down, but what I did, I suggested he go to a dermatologist. So a lot of times you go into your medical doctor, sending that person with a beard problem to the no, the dermatologist is where you would send that person. The dermatologist, they're not going to look in their beards with a scope. So
Right.
you to be on point. If you get a guy that has problems as a scalp, please check his beard. If you get a guy that's bald, check his beard anyway.
Come on. Yes, yes,
Because you
yes.
don't know. And then what you're doing at that point is you're not just educating them, you're informing them. And
Mm-hmm.
and then they will come back to you and they will recommend, they will get any product you recommend because they know you know what you're talking about. You're building a trust relationship. And one of my mentors, James Hunter, he's the one prepared me to be able to talk about my product. Miss Misha, you have been such an instrumental in helping me to be comfortable
Wow.
and giving me a platform. I'm just so blessed and so happy for both of you guys because you imparted in my life what I wasn't able to do for myself.
Wow. Wow. Oh, don't try to make me cry on my own
I'm
show.
not, but
Oh, okay.
I just had to say that because it's a blessing when you have people that love you. I It's just a blessing.
It really is. It
People
really
don't.
is. You know what? Let me ask you this before you start making me cry because I want everybody out there to know that I'm a thug. I don't cry. Okay. Okay. I was in the army, so I fix tanks. I fix tanks. You understand? And helicopters. I don't cry. So I'm gonna go back. So we did Scout Mask One, which has the tar. That's for seborrheic dermatitis. Now you were saying that the Scout Mask with the salicylic and the sulfur, that's for extreme itching.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Okay. And so
Yes.
is there
Itchy
ever
and flaky. Itchy and
itching and
flaky. So
flaking?
remember I told you you have to separate a scalp disorder and a scalp condition, because a scalp disorder it can be treated but not cured.
Right.
A scalp condition can be controlled. Both can be controlled, but one isn't. Sometimes itching doesn't always come from what's going on with the scalp. It comes from within. So
Right.
something triggered the itching. So if you find that you can address the problem on the scalp with the flaking, they may have less breakage, because people take, when they itch, they take their nails and they
And
scratch
hit
it,
right.
opposed to taking the cushion of their fingers. And then this product is something that can be left overnight. Both of the masks can be left on overnight. Plastic cap, you wake up in the morning, you shampoo it, you take it out.
So let me ask you this then. So Scout Mask One with the tar, that is
Yes.
for a scalp disorder.
Yes. Seborrheic
And
dermatitis, psoriasis, and itching
and
that
it
comes along with both of those.
that's why they both have the salicylic acid in it.
Yes.
And then Scout Mask 2 with the sulfur, that is
Yes.
for also itching and flaking.
And it
Okay,
helps soothe the scalp. So what happens, the action, so you just made me go there, which
do
we
it.
talked about. The action of both of them are different. The action of the mask two is to soften. So it's designed to soften so you can remove those flakes. Where
Right.
scalp mask two, mask one is designed to lift and remove. So
Okay.
what
So
you need to
so
do,
don't
there's
give them no more. Don't give them no more. No,
okay.
no, no. We
Okay.
lifting and we're softening because next week in class you're going to really show us how we are able to do that. You're going to show us what it does to the capillaries.
Yes.
You're going to
Yes.
show us
Oh my
all that.
gosh.
I know it's going to be so good. Oh my God. So if you are a trichologist or if you are a barber or a hairstylist and you're just interested
Yes.
in taking care of your
Yes.
client's hair, you want to be
Yes.
in this class. I don't know, you don't want to be the regular everyday person because it's probably gonna go over your head and we not stopping. We going full force. We using
Yes.
all proper terminology. So if you are ready to really to increase your knowledge base and what you use and what you do. And listen, you can't just get these products off the shelf. And that's what
No.
I love. I love the exclusivity of it. That
Yes.
that you have to get it from her. You can't just walk around and say, "Oh, I can get that."
Right.
No, 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 no. You can't. And the way that it is that you also do that same thing with your clients. They're not just coming in and say, "I think I'll just take a few of these." They need a consultation first. You need to know
Right.
what is the issue so that you can take care of it. There are one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. There are 8 products in this line. Every product is necessary. Every product is amazing. Um, I want you to be on the lookout for the link. It will be up soon. Um, so that you are able to get the entire line. She wants you to have the entire line so that you can experience everything. But next week, Wednesday, and that information will be up soon between tonight and tomorrow. Next week, Wednesday, we are going to be in class with
Yes.
Miss Pearl Bailey Anderson. And we are going to be learning and seeing firsthand what Scout Masks 1 and 2 do. We are going to see firsthand what the itch relief cleanser does, and we might get some other goodies. So I am super excited about it. I want to say thank you for joining us, for just sharing your knowledge. I mean, if that was just, a little bit, I know the class is going to be absolutely amazing. Everybody, I just want you to look out for the information for the class. Give us some great parting words. Give us some kind of something that you want to tell us, and then we're just going to go ahead and sign off.
Yes.
So I want you to tell us, give us, I don't know if you want to tell us anything or say anything before we sign off, but the floor is yours.
You just said everything.
Okay.
It
Okay.
just sounds, everything sounds so awesome. And I'm looking forward and very excited of putting everything together because it's been coming for a long time. I am just very, very excited. One of the things that I do is I'm an expert scope analysis. So with I do scoping, I don't just look at the scalp. I look at the hair, I look at the shaft, I look at the ends. But when you look at that scalp and you see things, you have to examine it in a certain way in order to get the most benefit give the most benefit for your client and get the most benefit out of what you learn. So I'm looking forward to sharing that knowledge with you. Please join us. Be patient with me because I'm new at this web and social media. They've been trying to get me doing this so long, but I'm going to do my best. I
Well,
thank
that's
you
all
so
right.
much for having me.
Absolutely, we cannot wait. And with this pandemic, and stuff goes back to where it needs to go to. I'm sure it'll never be the same, but when it's a little more controlled, we're going to have her in New York. And I just feel like we need to have a hands-on scoping class. Y'all better save y'all money because this is gonna be a okay. So we're done. Thank you so much for joining. If you just
Thank
jumped on,
you.
go ahead and catch the replay. This has been Miss Pearl Bailey Anderson, and this is Maisha Edmond. We are so excited. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Bye.
Bye.